Have you ever wondered why certain people come into our lives in such a profound and transformative way? Why do some encounters seem to be written in the stars, as if they were part of a greater plan that transcends our earthly understanding? In 2025, more than ever, we are living in a unique moment of collective awakening, where spiritual connections become increasingly evident and significant. Imagine your soul as a single light in the universe, connected to an infinite web of other lights, each with its own brightness and purpose. Before we are even born, our souls make sacred agreements, deep commitments that will guide our earthly journey. These are spiritual contracts, divine agreements that transcend time and space, connecting souls who have something to learn and teach each other. When we talk about spiritual awakening, we are not just referring to a single moment of enlightenment, but rather an ongoing process of expanding consciousness. It's like gradually waking up from a deep dream, where each moment of lucidity reveals a new layer of the spiritual reality that surrounds us. This awakening begins when we begin to realize that there are no coincidences in our journey. Each meeting, each connection, each moment of synchronicity is like a piece of a divine puzzle that is being assembled before our eyes. That friend who appears exactly when we need a word of comfort, that mentor who appears at the moment when we are ready to take the next step in our evolution, that unknown person who crosses our path and, in a brief conversation, completely changes our perspective on life. The awakening of spiritual consciousness allows us to see beyond appearances, beyond the veil of material reality. We begin to realize that each person in our lives is a divine messenger, bringing lessons, challenges, and opportunities for growth. It is as if our spiritual eyes have opened, allowing us to see the golden thread that connects all souls in a cosmic dance of evolution. In 2025, we are experiencing a unique moment in the history of humanity. The vibrational frequencies of the planet are rising, allowing more people to awaken to their true spiritual nature. It is as if a veil is being lifted, revealing the true interconnected nature of all souls. This collective awakening is making spiritual connections more evident and intense. People who have never been interested in spirituality begin to question the deeper meaning of their relationships. Synchronistic events become more frequent and impossible to ignore. It's as if the universe is nudging us, saying, "Pay attention, there's something bigger going on here." Our spiritual contracts, established long before we were born, begin to manifest in clearer and more meaningful ways. That feeling of déjà vu when meeting someone, that inexplicable feeling of familiarity with a complete stranger, that instant connection that defies logic. These are all signs of ancient agreements manifesting in our present reality. As we awaken to this deeper reality, we begin to understand that each person in our lives has a divine purpose. Some come to teach us unconditional love, others to challenge us to grow, some to show us aspects of ourselves that we need to transform, and still others to remind us of our true divine nature. Spiritual awakening also brings us a deeper understanding of our own journey. We begin to see that we are not here by chance, that each experience, each relationship, each challenge is part of a greater plan for our evolution. It's as if we are reading a sacred book written by our own soul, where each chapter reveals a new layer of meaning and purpose. When two souls connected by a spiritual contract meet, the universe provides unmistakable signs. They are like divine whispers that warn us about the importance of that meeting, about the deeper meaning of that connection. Let's explore the main signs that indicate the presence of a spiritual contract in our lives. The first and most obvious sign is the instant and inexplicable connection. It's that moment when you look into someone's eyes for the first time and feel like you've known that soul for thousands of years. It is not a physical or mental attraction, but rather a deep recognition that occurs at the soul level. It's as if your innermost being says, "Ah, it's you. We finally meet again." This instant connection is often accompanied by a feeling of peace and completeness. Even though you've just met the person, you feel completely comfortable in their presence. Words flow naturally. Silences are comfortable, and there is a mutual understanding that transcends the need for explanations. The second sign is the synchronicities surrounding the meeting. Maybe you dreamed about this person before you met them, or maybe you thought about the moments before receiving a message from you. These significant coincidences are like winks from the universe, confirming that there is something bigger at play. Synchronicities can manifest themselves in different ways. Repeated numbers, recurring symbols, premonitory dreams, or a series of coincidences that made the meeting possible. It's as if the entire universe conspires to ensure that these souls meet at the exact moment they are both ready for connection. The third sign is the sense of divine purpose. When you are in the presence of this person, you feel that there's a greater reason for the meeting, something that goes beyond mundane circumstances. It may be a subtle sensation or an overwhelming certainty, but there's always an intuitive understanding that this connection is part of a greater plan. This sense of divine purpose is often accompanied by significant transformations in your life. After the encounter, you may notice changes in your perspective, your values, or the way you see the world. It is as if this person's presence catalyzed a process of growth and evolution that was destined to happen. The fourth sign is the unusual depth of the connection. Even in seemingly casual conversations, there's a depth and meaning that transcends the ordinary. You can discuss topics you've never shared with anyone else, or find mutual understanding on complex issues without the need for much explanation. This depth is also manifested through communication that goes beyond words. Looks, gestures, and even silence carry deep meanings. It is as if their souls spoke in their own language, a form of communication that transcends the limitations of verbal language. The fifth sign is the lasting impact of the connection. Even if the physical contact is brief, this person's influence on your life remains. It could be through a teaching that transformed your perspective, a word that touched your heart, or simply the memory of his presence that continues to inspire and guide your path. This lasting impact does not depend on the amount of time spent together, but rather on the quality and depth of the connection. Some people can be in our lives for decades without leaving a significant mark, while a single encounter with a soul connected by a spiritual contract can transform our lives forever. The sixth sign is a feeling of mutual growth. In a connection based on a spiritual contract, both souls grow and evolve through interaction. It is not a one-sided relationship where only one person teaches or learns, but rather a sacred exchange where both are both masters and apprentices. This mutual growth can manifest itself through challenges you both face together, insights you share, or transformations you catalyze in each other. It is as if their souls dance a sacred dance of evolution, where each step of one inspires and elevates the other. Divine encounters, those governed by spiritual contracts, are powerful catalysts for transformation in our lives. Each soul that crosses our path with this sacred purpose brings with it the potential to awaken something deep within our being, to help us remember who we truly are and what our mission is in this existence. Transformation through these encounters is not always smooth or comfortable. Often, the souls with whom we have the most meaningful spiritual contracts are those who challenge us deeply, who make us question our most deeply held beliefs, and who push us beyond our comfort zone. It is like a divine mirror that reflects not only our highest qualities, but also the shadows we need to confront in order to grow. These people have a unique ability to touch sensitive points in our soul, to bring to light unresolved issues and patterns that need to be transformed. However, even when the process is challenging, there's always an underlying energy of love. It is a love that transcends common human understanding, a love that aims for the growth and evolution of the soul. Even in times of conflict or difficulty, we can feel that there's a greater purpose at work. Transformation can manifest itself on different levels. On the most superficial level, we can notice changes in our behaviors and habits. Perhaps we begin to question choices we previously made automatically, or find the courage to make changes we have long known were necessary. On a deeper level, transformation occurs in our way of seeing the world and relating to it. Our perspectives expand, our understanding deepens, and we begin to see life through a more spiritual lens. It is as if our inner eyes are open to a broader and more meaningful reality. At the deepest level, transformation happens in the very essence of our being. We begin to reconnect with forgotten aspects of our soul, to awaken gifts and abilities that were dormant, to remember our true divine nature. It is a process of remembrance, of returning to our true essence. This transformation process is not linear. There are moments of rapid advancement and moments of apparent stagnation. There are periods of crystal clarity and periods of confusion and uncertainty. This is all part of the process, It's like a sacred dance where each step, even those that seem to take us backwards, has its purpose in the greater plan. Divine encounters also teach us about the power of forgiveness and acceptance. Often, the people with whom we have the deepest spiritual contracts are those who have hurt us or who we have hurt in other lives. Reunion in this existence brings the opportunity for healing, deeper understanding, and transformation of these karmic patterns. As we open ourselves to this transformation, we begin to notice significant changes in all areas of our lives. Our relationships become deeper and more authentic. Our work gains a new sense of purpose. Our connection with the divine strengthens and deepens. As we understand the greater purpose of spiritual connections, we begin to see our earthly journey in a new light. Every encounter, every relationship, every interaction comes to be seen as a sacred opportunity for growth and evolution. We are not here just to live isolated experiences, but to participate in a great tapestry of collective evolution. The spiritual contracts we establish before we are born are like golden threads in this tapestry, connecting souls in a cosmic dance of learning and transformation. Each connection has its unique purpose in the divine plan, contributing to our individual evolution and the evolution of collective consciousness. In 2025, we are living at a crucial moment in this collective evolution. Planetary vibrations are rising, allowing more people to awaken to their true spiritual nature. Spiritual contracts are activating on an unprecedented scale, creating a planet-embracing network of light. The greater purpose of these connections goes beyond individual growth. Every time two souls connected by a spiritual contract meet and fulfill their divine purpose, they contribute to raising the vibrational frequency of the planet. It is as if each sacred encounter lights a new light in the collective consciousness. These connections also serve as bridges between different dimensions of consciousness. Through them, we can access ancient wisdom, recall forgotten truths, and bring into physical manifestation the highest frequencies of divine love. Each meaningful encounter is an opportunity to anchor more light into the earth. Love is the driving force behind all these connections. Not the romantic or possessive love that we know on the human plane, but the unconditional love, the divine love that transcends all limitations and that always aims for the greatest good of all souls involved. Even the connections that bring us challenges are driven by this greater love. Souls who choose to play challenging roles in our lives do so out of love, knowing that through these challenges we can grow and evolve. They are like actors in a divine play, each one playing their role perfectly for the development of the whole. As we awaken to this deeper understanding, our way of relating to others transforms. We begin to see each person as a divine messenger, each encounter as a sacred opportunity, each challenge as a gift for our evolution. This expanded awareness allows us to create more authentic and meaningful relationships. We are no longer trapped in limiting ego patterns, but open to the true expression of our divine essence. In 2025, more than ever, it is crucial that we recognize the importance of these spiritual connections. The world is going through profound transformations, and each awakened soul has a fundamental role in this process of planetary elevation. Each sacred encounter, each fulfilled spiritual contract, contributes to the creation of a new earth based on higher frequencies of love and consciousness. Spiritual contracts also help us understand that there are no chance encounters on our journey. Each person who crosses our path, whether for a brief moment or for a lifetime, brings with them a divine mission. Some come to teach us patience, others to awaken our compassion, some to show us our own power, and still others to remind us of our connection with the divine. It is important to remember that these spiritual contracts are not prisons or rigid obligations. They are love agreements established on a higher plane of consciousness, always aiming for our greatest evolution. We have free will to choose how we respond to each encounter, how we navigate each relationship, how we learn each lesson. As we progress on our spiritual journey, we begin to realize that each person in our lives is a potential teacher. Even those who bring us the greatest challenges are, in fact, our greatest teachers. They show us where we still need to grow, where there are still shadows to be illuminated, where there is still love to be developed. Relationships based on spiritual contracts have the power to profoundly transform us because they touch the essence of who we are. They challenge us to go beyond our self-imposed limitations, to break old patterns, to expand our capacity to love and understand. Each meaningful encounter is like a key that opens a new door in our consciousness. And so, we come to a deeper understanding of the purpose of our existence. We are not here just to accumulate experiences or material achievements, but to evolve as souls, to expand our consciousness, to learn to love more deeply and unconditionally. And we do this through the connections we make, through the spiritual contracts we fulfill, through the love we share. In 2025, as more people awaken to this deeper reality, we will witness an unprecedented collective transformation. Increasingly, superficial relationships give way to more authentic and meaningful connections. People begin to recognize and honor the spiritual contracts in their lives, allowing divine love to flow more freely through their interactions. This is an invitation to you, dear soul, to awaken to the magnitude of your spiritual connections. Look at the people in your life with new eyes. Recognize the divine messengers who have been sent to guide your path. Honor the sacred contracts you established before you were born. Allow each encounter to be an opportunity for growth. Each relationship a door to greater awareness. Each challenge an invitation to more love. Remember, you are an eternal soul on a sacred journey. Each person who crosses your path is part of the divine plan for your evolution. Trust the process. Open your heart. Allow yourself to be transformed by the power of love that flows through these spiritual connections. This is the true purpose of our existence: to evolve together, to grow through love, to awaken to our true divine nature. And so, we conclude this journey of understanding spiritual contracts and the greater purpose of connections in our lives. May each word shared here touch your heart and awaken in you a deeper understanding of your sacred relationships. May you recognize and honor each soul that is part of your journey, knowing that there are no chance encounters, only divine love manifesting in infinite forms.